All right, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the steel capital of the world, Pittsburgh, PA, at Heinz Field. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Washington Redskins and the Pittsburgh Steelers. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Set 90 Wolf. Chris on travel.
Hey, watch this.
Get it.
Now the first carry for Le'Veon Bell. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. The Steelers picking up 15 yards there and a first down. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line.
Hey, we got to get to the ball, team. We got to get to the ball.
And they'll keep it on the ground with Bell. He'll be stopped shy of the 45 despite a great move. Bringing him down there, Jonathan Allen.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down.
Mike 56, Mike 56. Switch up, switch up.
Out of the gun, Rudolph. This is Johnson, he's got it. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Redskins' 45-yard line. And early on, they're picking up right where they left off last week.
And I know a lot of coaches say each game is its own. You don't really have carryover. This feels like carryover. So much confidence from the previous game that they're using to their advantage now.
In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. The first carry for Josh Adams. He takes this for about 6 down inside the 40.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
Give me that ball, defense. Give me that ball.
Back to the ground, this time with Bell. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Le'Veon Bell with his 16th touchdown of the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Extra point by Moore, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Following the touchdown, here's Moore to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Haskins and the Redskins come up 1st and 10 at their own 22. Darius Geis, his first carry of the game. And he finds some space past the 25 to the 27. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. On the ground, it's Geis. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Haskins on third down. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's fourth down. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. Returnable for Thomas. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin.
And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Juju Smith-Schuster, 81 yards. And the Steelers get the quick strike touchdown. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And it's now 14-0. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
And it would appear he's going to be short of a first down as he stopped right around the 29. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's fourth down. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Here's Thomas. Oh, good move. Oh, he nearly broke that one. As it stands, though, a heck of a 36-yard run back. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, to see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready.
It's caught inside the 25. And he's a long ways into Washington territory before hitting the turf. A big play that time for Pittsburgh. And even 50 yards. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll run it with Bell. This carry brought to an end at the 8. Good stick skills, but not much room to operate. The excellent play last time is followed by a much more routine gain of 3. On 2nd and 7, Rudolph. Got his man, it's caught for a Steelers touchdown. Austin Safarian-Jenkins, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And that makes the score 21-0. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go!
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Geis with the carry on second down. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down. Third down, here's Geis. And an alley to run. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
And the Redskin first down.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll run with Geis, and he'll get this only up to about the 35. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Now a toss. This is Geis. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4.
And it's 3rd down.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. 21-0 our score after 1. The Redskins with the football here to begin quarter number 2. They'll come up on a 3rd and 4 here to start things out. On play action, Haskins. Jordan Reed has it. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 17 yards that time and a Washington first.
Well, sometimes our pregame meetings do pay off, don't they? What do the guys in the locker room call him?
Well, they said it with a chuckle. They called him Old Reliable.
Yeah, that means he doesn't move quite as fast as he used to, but he still knows all the tricks, doesn't he? Even that little gentle push-off in order to get open, he finds a way to pick up a first down.
Haskins will throw. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Stephon Tuitt racking up sack number 12 for him on the year.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect.
Now, Geis stripped. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
A gain of 10, good for a Steeler first down. Now Bell. Now Bell hit. He lost the football, and the Redskins scoop it. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Dustin Hopkins on now to add the extra point. It's up, it's good, and that'll cut the lead to 21-7.
Makes the score Steelers 21, Redskins 7.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. Fielded about a yard deep. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
At their own 29-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They're right back out there after watching the fumble go the other way. Still in control of this game, but that needs to serve as a wake-up call because they're not in the clear yet.
No, the message should be clear that fortunes can change pretty quickly when you turn the ball over. You've got to take care of it, otherwise that lead could slip away quickly.
Now a play fake, and it's Rudolph. He's going to launch it for Washington. It got his man complete. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. A big pickup of 38.
Well, you don't have to be a genius to watch this game and figure out they've had plenty of success moving the football here in the first half. We've seen exhibits A, B, C, and right on down the line, haven't we?
Yeah, we just saw exhibit Z right there. And an alley to run. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Now Scott. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
60 Pittsburgh.
Now a first down carry by Bell. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And it'll make this a second and long.
Here we go. 18 Gator. Watch the screen. Pass. Now.
They'll fake it. Now Rudolph. And the Redskins do get to him. He goes down for a sack. It's Ryan Kerrigan getting the sack.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things has gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. Back to throw, Rudolph. Going to throw deep for the end zone. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. The secondary has been roasted in this first half, but they get a measure of revenge there. Nice play on the deep ball.
Yeah, they're going to need a few more plays like that in order to get their confidence fully back, but that's one step in the proper direction.
So chalk that down as an 8-play drive capped with a field goal.
Yeah, as a friend of mine used to say, they were moving and grooving for a while, but they couldn't keep the momentum going enough to get a touchdown out of it.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, had pushed it past the 50-yard line, so they felt like they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? On second down, Love. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. So from second and long, now we go to third and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance in guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect.
And attempted a deep ball there. They didn't get it. But, boy, they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back into this game.
Good thing they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent-sized deficit, but not one that they can't manage. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over.
On the
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss. And now it's 3rd down. Two minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
62 yards on the punt that time. Wow. And it'll be Redskins football now with a 1st and 10. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency.
And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down.
The competition comes up in so many different ways. And right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. How about 5 sacks last week? We just saw their first one of this game.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Now Haskins. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the 2nd quarter, a lot of time to change things.
Mike 5-5, Mike 55, Mike 5-5. Come on, boy. Come on, boy. You better be ready. Don't be scared of it.
Now Haskins, 3rd and long. And he finds McLaurin. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. A very solid gain of 27.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Hey, check 24, check 24.
On 1st down, this is Geis. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. The Redskins now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. A good run, got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3. 2nd down, Haskins. A deep ball for Dotson. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. They go play action now. Haskins. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the 2nd quarter. And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. He'll return it from the 6. Well, that'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play, because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
He's going to loft one deep left side here. And nearly picked off there. Almost intercepted. Instead, second down.
It's second down and 10.
Second and 10 now from the 27.
Watch right, watch right.
Now it's Rudolph. A screen to Bell. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone. And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that. On second and a yard, Haskins, and that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Off the play fake. Here's Haskins. He's going to loft one deep left side. And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Washington. Paul Richardson. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Redskins are able to cut into that deficit. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there was an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. They had that first half lead, but they have been shut down here in this third quarter, so time to retool a bit.
And probably need to tap into that emotional vein that gets them back to really playing hard and effectively. Because a lot of times we think it's just play calls and this isn't working and they're shutting them down. Sometimes when you get a lead, you lose your edge. You don't play quite as hard. That's what they're looking for here.
Trying to get that edge back as they watch this lead shrink a little. On second down, it's Bell. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. Now it appears we have a Steeler here slow to get up. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Rudolph. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Ryan Kerrigan able to record his 5th sack of the season.
And that's his 2nd sack of the game, but this player, disruptive in all phases. Whether he's going upfield, coming underneath, you name it. He's a big-time guy you have to block.
Now a quick throw as that's complete on the hitch route. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's third down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
It's a pickup of 13, but they're still a bit short, and it'll be 4th down. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. On 4th down, they'll try and run for it. And they are going to stop him on 4th and 1 as they'll wind up going backwards. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Redskins will take control of the football in great field position. On 1st and 10, it's Haskins. It's hauled in by Doxson. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 17 yards that time and a Washington first.
17 yards. And the Redskin first down.
Here we go. Here we go. Get to Pittsburgh. I'm here all day. I'm here all day.
Now Geis try to get to the outside. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Now we've got whistles here before the snap. Was this on the Redskins? I think so. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long.
Here we go, D. Get off the field.
On 2nd down, here's Haskins. Incomplete, almost intercepted. They haven't picked him off yet. Would have been a great time for the first, but instead it's 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Here we go. Mike, 55. Right there, look, 55. Watch the run, watch the run. Check, 55 to Mike.
From the gun, Haskins on 3rd down. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. And they move this all the way down to the 9. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Geis, they'll try to run it. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down. Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here. Again, Geis. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. It's a pickup of 3, but still a little work to do on 3rd and goal.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness, think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
Third and goal, option right. He can run for it, and he will. The keeper nets him only a yard, and that's going to bring up 4th.
Typically on the read option play, when we talk about responsibilities, we're talking about what the quarterback has to go through. How about the inside linebacker, though? His job on this play, shadow the quarterback and hold him to a short gain. Did it to perfection.
That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And on that last drive, went for it on fourth, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on fourth down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
I can't believe they let you play. I can't believe they even let you play.
Gets it to Smith-Schuster on the jet sweep, and that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
Down. 60 out, more.
Hey, watch that. Hey, watch the ball.
Go.
Now Rudolph. And to the tight end here, Safarian Jenkins. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Redskins' 23.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players. Somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You get better.
He can't avoid the pressure. Redskins get there. Jonathan Allen racking up sack number 12 for him on the year.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. Quarterback was hit.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Rudolph now to throw. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Fabian Moreau. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, it's 3rd and long, and you've got a few different ways to play it offensively. But this is not the type of offense that's going to wave the white flag. They're going to keep chucking it. And this time, it results in an interception.
They'll try to get this running game going with Geis. And some room for him there as he'll take this up to about the 15. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Now Haskins to throw on 2nd down. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. Javon Hargrave in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
The Redskins on 3rd down. They've hit on half of them, 5 for 10. This is 3rd and 14.
54, come on, 54. Check, walk 54, walk 54.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. A deep ball for Dotson. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. They'll run with Scott. And an alley to run. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. Charles, you said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it? They
really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've had an answer for it.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Rudolph. He gets this one to Johnson. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a 1st down.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomp down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. Rudolph looking to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that's going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. And he's wrapped up, taken down, back at the 25. Jonathan Allen, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. The Steelers on 3rd down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. From the gun, here's Rudolph. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
I remember a coach telling me a long time ago the difference between playing corner and safety in the NFL. Corner is like the Autobahn. Everybody just flying by, and these corners have been really busy in this game, although they got it done on the last play.
On the last play, yes, but there have been some good numbers put up against them offensively. So his 2nd field goal of the game, and that could turn out to be the big one.
Yeah, you have to make them score twice to beat you, and that's not impossible. But here in the 4th quarter, puts their backs clearly against the wall.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Here's Haskins. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. Blowing that play up was Henry Anderson.
And on 3rd and 15, we see the dime look, 6 DBs on the field.
Playing pass all the way. Now it's Haskins. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. It's Devin Bush, the linebacker, who picks it. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line. He was looking for Paul Richardson there.
60 Pittsburgh.
On 1st down, this is Adams. This will be a 5-yard pickup as they move it from the 20 to the 15. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11. The Steelers on 3rd down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This time they face a 3rd and 2. And he gets the 1st down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6. It's a gain of 6 as they're able to convert, and now it's 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 6-yard line.
A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal.
51 to Mike. 51 to Mike.
They'll try the air now. Here's Rudolph. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. Oh, very close to a turnover there in the end zone. The intended target, the tight end, Austin Safarian-Jenkins. But it'll be 2nd and goal. They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now.
Watch twist. Watch twist.
And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Deontay Johnson with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Steelers capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Extra point by Moore, up and good. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how he rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 33. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. He's on quite the interception run. He had 2 last week, another one here. Remember, he's not a DB, he's a linebacker.
But how many of those linebackers started as DBs and pumped themselves up into being linebackers? So the ball skills are the same, right? The coverage skills and responsibilities are the same, and he is paying it off in a big, big way.
Again, here's Adams. And he'll get 4 here down to the 35-yard line.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Rudolph loses the football. It's out.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do.
Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. Well, one of the few things that's gone right for them. Likely a little too late, but maybe a little feather in their cap.
I think so, and to me, they played that play without looking at the scoreboard, without worrying about where they were in the score, because things haven't gone right, as you noted, for them much of this game. But they gave great effort there and picked up a defense that's had its share of troubles in this one.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once.
And now look at him go. Touchdown, Washington. Darius Geis with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Redskins are able to close the gap just a bit.
And that touchdown puts us in a position to have a discussion, doesn't it? Now it'll be a 2-score game after the conversion.
Yeah, I mean, there's no doubt with a 2-score game they're going to have to onside kick it. We'll just see if they've got a miracle up their sleeve.
And you wonder what onside kicks they're going to use and in what sequence if they hope to have a chance to win this game.
So the lead back down to 10 as things get a little more interesting, and the kick is away. This is fielded at the goal line. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19.
Partner, I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
56 to Mike. 56 to Mike. Bound to lose 48-yard line.
So this one in the win column for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And it was a game where they were off and running in the first quarter, Charles, and never looked back.
You know, partner, after a while, we always say the same thing, don't we? They set the tone early, right? They started fast. So I asked a few of my horse racing friends, do you have a term for me that we can use to cover that? And they said, yeah. When a horse breaks out like that, you say he caught a flyer out of the gate. And that's exactly what this team did today. I mean, they jumped out there, jumped on them, and were never headed.
So for the Steelers, they continue to make their case for the playoffs as they move to 9-3. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Houston Texans.